Hello, I'm John Hartkin, ABI's Public Affairs Officer, and I'm joined right now at the Views from the Bench program in Washington, D.C. by Laura Davis Jones of Pachulski, Stang, Ziehl Jones. You're based in Delaware.
I am.
Welcome, Laura.
Thank you.
And you are fresh off your panel, Committee Challenges, in
Yes.
which you tackled a host of issues with the judges, and you did a great job interjecting good commentary, making sure the judges stayed lively for the audience.
They were. They really were. Yeah, they were excited about this topic. We're seeing so many new challenges for committees. Some things stay the same, as they always do, but there's been a lot of changes, a lot of evolution. We're all learning from Serena where we're evolving. And what we talked about on the panel was the judges were very willing to talk about, probably the one that got the most attention was, what if you have a committee, or you want to have a committee and there's not enough money in a case? What do you do? What are the options? How much should a judge get involved in that? And they range from Judge Klein saying, no, I think I should get involved and explain to people, I'm going to hear from this committee, and you all should figure out a way to get them paid, or maybe I'll just appoint a trustee, to which he said, it's amazing how people come back to the next hearing and they've worked it out. Judge Barrett said she didn't think she could get that directly involved, but she could get involved, again, by making an observation that a committee would be helpful. We also talked about committees in Subchapter 5s. Subchapter 5s are becoming very popular, especially on the East Coast. Judge Klein told us not too much on the West Coast yet, but on the East Coast, they are a wonderful product for smaller companies that really can't afford everything that goes with a Chapter 11. And there are situations, it's remote, but there are situations where you can have a committee in a Subchapter 5. So we talked about that quite a bit. We also talked about committees in Chapter 9s and how you don't have relief. You can have a very long time from the time of the filing to actually have a relief order. And we talked about, can that committee that's worked there get paid? Or how does that work? We also talked about there being more and more multiple committee cases, and where's the line? What should you do? What is the standards on that? And we talked about the importance of committees to judges and their determinations. So I think it was a good panel, and the judges were very talkative and were open. So I think it was good.
It's amazing you fit that into an hour here at Views.
Right. Right. It's always funny, when you're preparing for these, you wonder if you're going to have enough, and we didn't even get to all of our topics. So it's good.
Well, it sounds like with the fact that there's overhang of topics to be covered from this panel today, and there's always going to be a constant challenge when it comes to the issue of committees, we'll be discussing these at future ABI events.
I think that's right. I think that's right. Both the panel that was before us on the Texas two-step, we're going to see a lot on that now that the Third Circuit has the motion to dismiss in the LTL case. I think by the time we get to the next ABI event, we'll probably, towards the end of the year, we'll probably have a decision there, and that's going to change a lot of this conversation. And it will also change the committees, where people stand on committees, but I think you're going to continue to see a lot of evolution in the committee practice.
Well, excellent. Laura, thank you very much, A, for being on the panel today,
Yes.
and B, for providing insights to be gleaned from that panel.
Absolutely, my pleasure.
And you can join for future ABI events by finding a list on abi.org/events, and we look forward to seeing you there.